fast to www.pastorpaulgold.com. Hey, have you taken a good look at the banks lately? On the surface, everything seems fine, but there's a whole lot more going on underneath. It's like looking under the hood of a car and finding a mess of broken wires and parts. The parts are loans for homes, cars, and those credit cards we all use. They're hitting record highs. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Why risk your money for a tiny 5% return when things are so shaky? This is where Noble Gold Investment can come in and help. They're like that friend who knows all about keeping money safe. They suggest gold and silver, oldies but goodies in the finance world. Plus, they got a sweet deal on this right here. 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin. They'll give this to you for this month. 1/4 of an ounce of gold. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you're curious, just give them a call at 877-646-5347. It's just a chat, no pressure, and they'll help you figure out if gold and silver is right for you. Go visit them at www.pastorpaulgold.com and take the first steps toward a safer financial future.
On Friday, a privately owned aircraft crashed on a major Florida highway, igniting a fierce blaze. Disturbing images and videos captured the scene unfolding on Interstate 75 near Collier County, approximately 46 miles southeast of Naples, Florida. All southbound lanes have been shut down, causing a traffic standstill as emergency response teams converge on the site. The Florida Highway Patrol has confirmed that the plane collided with at least one vehicle. The aircraft has been identified as a Bombardier Challenger 600 series and had departed from Ohio and was en route to Naples Airport, as reported by NBC affiliate WBBH-TV. During takeoff from Naples Airport on its way to Fort Lauderdale, the plane experienced an engine failure, according to sources the U.S. Sun is reporting. Approximately an hour after the crash, the Federal Aviation Administration announced the closure of I-75 between the northbound and southbound exits of mile marker 105 for the next 24 hours. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported at this point. The number of passengers aboard the small aircraft remains unclear. Biden administration officials suggested that some of the assertions regarding Biden's memory challenges may lack accuracy. President Biden struggled to recall the year of his son Beau's death and the specific years of his vice presidency during interviews with investigators. These details, highlighting, quote, limitations in his recall, were included in special counsel Robert Hur's 388-page report that was released on Thursday. The report addressed the presence of classified documents in Biden's Penn Biden Center office and Wilmington home, but did not recommend any charges. White House officials raised concerns about Hur, a Republican and former Trump appointee, suggesting that he had overstepped his boundaries. They hinted that certain observations in the report might be inaccurate, Time magazine reported. Following this, President Biden held an unusual evening press conference at the White House to vehemently challenge Hur's portrayals of his mental sharpness. Biden particularly objected to the claim that he had forgotten the timing of Beau's death, stating, quote, "How in the hell dare he raise that?" Peter Doocy of Fox News then asked Biden to respond to a reporter's description of him as, quote, "a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory." Quote, "I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet," Biden said. He then joked to Doocy, quote, "My memory is so bad I let you speak." Quote, "My memory is fine," Biden went on. Quote, "Take a look at what I've done since I become president. None of you thought I could pass any of the things I got passed. How'd that happen? I guess I just forgot what was going on, he said. However, a few minutes later, President Biden contradicted those assurances when responding to a question about a ceasefire in Gaza. He mistakenly mentioned Mexico instead of Egypt when referring to Egyptian president. Biden's impromptu press conference marked the end of a noteworthy few hours at the White House, following the release of the report. While there was relief in Biden's inner circle that a criminal case would not proceed, the special counsel's descriptions fueled existing concerns about Biden's memory. The rapid response from the White House on Thursday evening served as a reminder of the high political stakes, with both Biden's and former President Donald Trump's campaigns having previously raised question about each other's mental acuity. In a shocking incident, an Ecuadorian politician fell victim to a brazen execution in broad daylight, occurring right after concluding a council meeting as reported by authorities in the country. Diana Canero, age 29, had just completed the meeting in the town of Naranjal in Guayas on Wednesday afternoon. Allegedly, she was recording a video addressing the issue of poor road conditions when she became the target of a brutal attack. According to the police, 2 male assailants approached the councilwoman on a motorcycle and fired a fatal shot to her head before hastily fleeing the scene. Onlookers at the incident promptly administered initial aid to Canero, who was swiftly transported to Naranjal Basic Hospital, where she sadly was declared deceased, the Daily Express is reporting. This tragic event adds to a series of violent incidents in Ecuador stemming from the activities of heavily armed drug cartels operating in the country. The investigation into this horrifying crime will be led by Ecuador's Attorney General's office. As of Thursday afternoon, no arrest had been reported in connection to the case.